So hey everyone, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Very quick look here at the Checkpoint ALR 5 2024. This is in Keswick matte, which is sort of a strange greeny grey type colour. It's also available in, I think they call it flame red. I decided to go for this colour, number one, because it was in stock. Two, I actually quite like it. And then three, really, the flame red looked more like an orange, and I figured this was a little more subtle than anything else. So as you can see, no pedals. I have ridden it sort of just around the block, more than anything just to make sure that the saddle height's kind of usable at the moment, and the fore aft, that type of thing, whether or not I needed to change a stem. But I deliberately, because I've never done this before, what I tend to do is get the bike, tinker with it, change a few things, and then do a quick look or initial impressions. So this time around I wanted to do things properly. So 100% stock, apart from I did add the bottle cages. But other than that, it's exactly as it was when I picked it up a couple of days ago. There are one or two sort of obvious things immediately that I know that I need to change, like, so for example, the saddle, that's not my width, which is a bit disappointing because I actually quite like the feel of this, but hey, what can you do? Obviously saddles are quite personal. And otherwise, I do want to put a power meter on here, so I'll see what I've got, what can kind of work, and obviously I need to put some pedals on, and that type of thing. So then my plan is to kind of use the bike for a couple of weeks, and then I'll see how I go, whether or not I've managed to kind of fit it, adjust it, sort of to match one of my multiple road bike fits that I've had in the past, see how good I am with a tape measure. But otherwise, yeah, I thought I'd just do a sort of quick look, and then I'll follow up in 2 to 4 weeks time and kind of see how we're getting on, and then do a sort of first ride video as well, somewhere in between. Makes sense to do that whilst I'm actually out on one of the trails. Okay, so cue shaky hand cam. Really do regret at times kind of letting a lot of my recording equipment go, but anyway, let's see how we go. So we'll start here at the front, and I should probably say, if there's anything that I kind of miss here in terms of this walkthrough, just drop me a comment in the section below, and I can always then pick this up in a later video. So starting at the front, so this is first of all to say this is a size 56. And I decided on this size based on, just let the electric car go past, yeah, I decided on this size based on the geometry that was actually advertised on the website. This is quite long, so in terms of the top tube, sort of compared to, and I'm comparing that really primarily based on Specialized bikes. Yeah, it's quite long compared to a lot of the Specialized bikes that I've ridden in the past, so I decided that a 56 was better for me, and certainly during sort of initial adjustments in the saddle height, the fore aft, and also the reach here as well, yeah, seemed to make sense. And I should probably say that I'm around about 6'1" as well. So yeah, I think before you kind of hit the trigger on one of these, definitely check the geometry, and compare it to your existing bikes. If you don't have a bike at the minute, then obviously you can't do that, so it's probably worth a trip into a bike shop or to see a bike fitter for a pre-purchase fit. So the bike comes with a full mechanical SRAM Apex 1x. Now, I haven't ridden SRAM for easily 10 years, but it's good to see that some things haven't changed. So it's a single shifter with the, there you go, single shifter, double tap. That's going to take a little bit of getting used to. I've ridden mechanical Shimano. It's probably the most recent mechanical group set that I've ridden. Otherwise, I've been sort of Di2, Ultegra, Dura-Ace all the way. So it'll take a little bit of getting used to, but then the bike's very different anyway. Shifters, as a result, feel quite bulbous compared to Di2 at least. But again, sure, I'll get used to those. The bar, let me try and get this in. So it's got quite a flare on it, and also quite a drop as well. So the bike actually comes with, so size 56 comes with a 42 centimeter bar, which I thought I would get on okay with, considering it's a gravel bike, quite different feel, etc. But I'm now riding 38s on a road bike, and it feels noticeably wider. So that is one thing that I'm going to have a look at. And unfortunately, I don't have any other 38 centimeter bars, so I have to kind of see what I want, see what I'm able to pick up at a half decent rate. Stem is 90mm that comes on this, and I should probably say the finishing kit is pretty much Bontrager. I think the one exception being the FSA headset, but otherwise it's Bontrager wheels and also tyres. Tyres are actually very similar. Anybody who's kind of watched my Diverge videos, very similar to the Pan Racer Gravel King SKs. Similar, not the same by any stretch. And actually I did read a few reviews of these and said they were very good on gravel and in the dry, but not so good in the wet, which is going to be interesting because although I will use this bike in dry weather, and certainly over the next couple of months I will do, actually my main reason for buying this is to be able to get out on the trails in sort of not winter as such, because I'll still probably do mainly Zwift, but you know, if I just want something to be able to go out of a weekend during the harsher months, then this is the plan, or that's my plan rather, to use this bike. So the tyres are 40 mil front and rear. Quite like the look of them. The bike at the bike shop also kindly set them up tubeless, which is nice. So where were we? As I say, it's a 1x setup, so no front derailleur, 172.5 crankset, which is true of the 54 and the 56 centimeter frame. If you move up to a 58, then they become 175s, which may or may not feel pretty big. Certainly to me they would now. Largest crankset I've got to 170. I'm going to make do with a 1725. It's only 2.5 mil, and yeah, I'm not going to be racing or kind of doing anything too strenuous on this bike. It's going to be more sort of casual riding, but still hopefully a few hours in length. And it's a 40-tooth chainring. And then at the rear, continuing, we're still SRAM Apex. This is very different to the last gravel group set that I looked at. So I had a GRX derailleur, and obviously comes with like a clutch mechanism. This seems to be built in, pretty stiff, but then there's this nice function of being able to sort of push the rear mech out the way and actually put a lock in place, so that it makes it easier to get the rear wheel in and out, quite like that. And then at the back here, we've got a 4411 cassette. I mean, that cassette, you know, for somebody who, the biggest that they've been riding is 30. Yeah, that 44 looks pretty big. Brakes front and rear, again, SRAM Apex hydraulic disc. Anybody who's ridden disc brakes, yeah, they feel like disc brakes, simple as. So I'm just trying to think. I did touch on the saddle before, so that is actually a 145 mil, and I think I need something between ideally something around 152 to 155. So I've got plenty of saddles though. It's going to look a bit weird because I'm going to go to a specialized one, but fortunately it's not huge branding. What is this? It's a Bontrager Verse. It's very squishy, but yeah, I actually quite like it. I wondered whether or not going for something a bit squishier anyway, with me riding more off-road, might actually help me out, but yeah, it's just a shame about the width. So I think that probably concludes the first quick look. We'll be getting out on this in a couple of weeks' time. I'll put another video together sort of during that first ride, see what the initial impressions are like, and then yeah, we'll go from there. And then as always, month down the line, we'll then do another sort of video around this and see how we're getting on with it all. Just in time then for the autumn weather to come, no doubt. Although anybody who's watched my TT videos, British summer, still not arrived. If you have any comments or questions, please drop them in the section below. Big thumbs up if you like the video, and subscribe if you would like to see more. Thanks for watching.